We find ourselves at a time with unprecedented challenges due to climate change. Now more than ever, we need climate-ready professionals to enter the workforce that are equipped to work with a range of different societal partners and institutions to produce the science needed to address climate change and society's other pressing environmental challenges. The Global Change Fellows Program is a one-year training opportunity where we bring together a cohort of graduate students from a wide variety of disciplines who are looking at climate impacts to ecosystems, earth, air, water, wildlife, socio-ecological challenges, and even how climate is affecting traditional livelihoods in the Southeast. The premise is to remove blinders that might keep us from seeing the larger, complex whole of a climate adaptation challenge.
I got to question my previous assumptions on climate adaptation.
It was also a great time to actually learn more about the mechanics behind climate change. Oftentimes we talk about climate change, but we don't actually know the science behind it.
And that's the difference I think that the Global Change Fellows Program makes. It's one thing to read about climate adaptation, but it's another thing to actually see it in practice.
With conservation, you're facing these big global scale wicked challenges that they're too big for one discipline to be able to solve. There are so many people coming from so many different backgrounds and perspectives. That's what you need in the room to be able to address a lot of these natural resource challenges. That really helped me grow as a scientist and will make me a better conservationist.
We train future climate professionals to build collaborative science skills with decision makers and stakeholders in ways we haven't seen before and in ways that are more ethical and just. Additionally, we want to grow the capacity of scientists to support society in achieving rapid progress on climate action. This might take place in academia, with NGOs, state and federal agencies, and with tribal nations and indigenous communities.
What the Global Change Fellowship has really helped me to do is broaden that framework. Conservation needs to work for both people and the planet if it's actually going to get enacted and if it's going to have longevity.
The program begins with a week-long immersion experience at a location that rotates within the U.S. Southeast, a region that is one of the most biodiverse hotspots in the country. And there we explore the climate challenges at a given bioregion. And this allows students to connect with each other and to meet and speak with partners on the ground, undertaking management challenges, and see for themselves the confluence of multiple factors that make climate impacts so complex.
The field intensive at Great Smoky Mountain National Park was a great experience. One, it was my first time actually going to a national park, but also it was a time for us to build community with our cohort and also learn about all that the climate centers do.
We're a program that focuses on applied ecological climate work, but also takes on novel ideas that can advance climate actionable work. We emphasize a holistic systems approach to these problems that are based on honest, big idea conversations that lead to good research questions.
The management that we had been doing and that had worked the same way for decades was yielding different results under climate change. There are a lot of questions that go around, like if we can't manage the way we used to, then how do we know how to manage for the future? Those are the questions that my research asks, and the Global Change Fellowship has helped to support that both financially, which is great, but also intellectually.
Employers and members of Congress tell us they need professionals who are well-versed in climate science and who know how to use that data and then help others to deploy that information in ways that begin to lay the groundwork for adaptation and resilience.
I appreciated the fact that it provided a very holistic perspective of climate change, which I really don't think you can get anywhere else, frankly. It really set the stage for success down the road.
Your takeaway from the fellowship, I think, is really invaluable. So you get all of these different trainings and experiences that really help you when you go on the job market.
And you become a part of this network, a nationwide network of climate change centers across the U.S. And after participating in the fellowship, you become a part of that network and have access to not only different types of science projects, but also people who have various knowledge on different subjects within climate and global change.
Our funding comes from the U.S. Geological Survey and North Carolina State University, and this opportunity translates into resources a student might not otherwise get from an academic department.
The Global Change Fellows program allowed me to do things that I probably wouldn't have been able to do just in my regular department. When you are surrounded by that level of energy, it gives you energy. It lifts all boats. I was able to do a lot of things that I never really thought I could do.
This program inspires us to bring together students that will be the national and world leaders that will shepherd this planet as it changes. If you want to apply and learn more, please visit go.ncsu.edu/globalchangefellows.